way I'm going to...
Robbie didn't forget about me.
The damn trap.
Ah, don't you love the way the muck tingles your nose when...
What were you thinking, bringing this this thing here.
Look at it, Iskanaz. This was Saxhleel. It should rest with the roots of the Hist.
That is an aberration. You'll poison the Hist with its corruption. I am only thinking of the good of the tribe.
Let the tree minder decide.
I was considered.
Oh, I love this time of season. The whole village is teeming with visitors of all kinds, like you.
What were you thinking, bringing this thing here? We should leave it to the bog. Surely
Look at
you
it,
agree.
Iskanaz.
Oh,
This was
Tree Minder,
Saxhleel.
the
It
Ojel,
should rest
just as
with
you
the
said.
roots of the Hist.
Greetings. I am Tree Minder Pavu of the Brightthroat tribe. The chimes spoke of a visitor's approach. Our Hist welcomes you within its boughs, and so do we. I regret that you arrive for what should be a joyous... We are amidst the preparations for our tribe's most vital ceremony. Now, a warped and withered stranger has died at our roots. An ill omen for the... These past weeks, the Hist has been agitated. It has given me signs that I believed were warnings for the bonding to come. But now I feel that I've misinterpreted. It is this clutch that is in... The chimes speak of pain. Our children are suffering, but they are not hatched. The egg tenders have brought me no concerns about the clutch's well-being, but the Hist always speaks truth. Go with Iskanaz. See what I... The only thing I am certain of is the Hist's grief. If the Hist tells me our eggs are suffering, then it must be so. The egg tenders either can't or won't tell me what is wrong. The Hist's wisdom is infinite, but our ability to understand them is limited. To commune with the Hist is to see, to hear, to smell, The Hist favors you. But there are other reasons. Secrets kept from a tree minder may be less well hidden from a stranger. They are not suited to it. Suspicion is not in our nature. I only even consider wrongdoing because I must. I cannot turn to our allies for aid. Unlike many tribes, we welcome Ojel to join in our bonding ritual. Through this, our tribes become true eggkin, and we enjoy peace and prosperity as one. Who would bond? It is the time when a new clutch of eggs is conceived. The egg bearers and sires are chosen, and through the bonding ritual renew the tribe. It is a significant time for any tribe, but especially so for the Bright Throat. Our bonding ritual is more than a simple ceremony. It is the renewal of our vows. To call it off so abruptly, without explanation, would invite questions of our commitment to our allies. I must know if my fears are justified first. Chimes speak of pain.
I am Iskanaz, Vovaste to Treeminder Pavu. I am at your service. I promise. I am her student, and she is my teacher. One day I will commune with the Hist as she does, and share its wisdom with the tribe. A great duty, and also a great... I don't wish to question your knowledge of such things, but it might be best if you speak with the egg tenders before visiting the nests. They can... Oh, I don't wish to speak ill of anyone of the tribe. I only hear idle gossip from time to time. I'm told Keenan has the bad habit of speaking his mind too freely and listening poorly. Oh, no, put that from your mind. It is not a normal occurrence, I assure you. My root brother found that disfigured creature approaching our village. Clearly, there were similarities, but I question that it was a Saxleal. Maybe once, but not as the thing we saw here. My misguided kin meant only kindness for an unfortunate soul. Yes, you understand. I would not wish that terrible. Perhaps a tour of the egg tender's quarters is of interest. It is just... I am Iskanaz.
I did not know how much like us the Nords are. This brew they make tastes like me. I have never been better. It's bonding season. I mean, I'm not planning on it myself, but my head swims like a mud skipper, so who knows where my night may lead. The ears. I do not know how the Nords make brew from such things, but I like it. I should have veterans. Ruhiva. Me? The ears. I do not know how the Nords make brew from such things, but I like it. I should have.
Ah, Kina, Mimi. We have a guest very interested in our customs.
I did not. The ears. I do not know how the Nords make brew from such things, but I like it. I should have Vetrishot. Ask her guest about getting more. Perhaps she will accept Weevil Eyes in trade.
This is the Egg Tender's dwelling. Please, take a look around. Speak with our rootkin. We Brightthroats are gracious hosts. Forgive me for being hasty. I merely wish to be of use. I am Iskanaz, Vovaste to Treeminder Pavu.
Have you come to learn all you can about egg tending before you witness our bonding ritual? I'm sure Mime would be happy to help you. I am soon to begin my watch of the nests, and I wish to enjoy the peace and quiet a while longer. It is normally quite pleasant, but before the bonding ritual it becomes insufferable. Suddenly the village is full of experts, if you take my meaning. The sooner it's back to just me and the eggs. No, just dries my scales. The eggs are blissfully unaware of all the scrutiny, I think. I don't remember all the gawking and complaining, certainly. Now, if you don't mind, I think Mimi. I don't mean to be rude.
You really want to talk to me? Visitors never want to talk to the egg tenders. Did you know that we are the only tribe that bonds with other tribes? It may not seem so from the luster of our scales, but it's true. Well, my egg sister Mina had to lay her first clutch with a copper eye that didn't know which direction his tail should face. But no. We care for our eggs, but the hist guides their development. Not all eggs are destined to hatch, though. They return to the hist. There are signs to look for. Dry shells, lacking luster, thin membrane, an empty shadow. Inevitably, they sink into the roots and fade away. Those that remain are always healthy members of the tribe. Because they are bright throats, we are shaped the way our hist desires. You sure? I could tell you about egg rotation. Well, come back anytime. I only ever get to talk to the other egg tender. Oh. Sorry about the mess here. Got kicked over during the commotion earlier. Oh, you're back. You wanted to know? Strange. Let me see them. Oh, these are just dragonthorn. Nothing to be concerned about. Don't know how they got mixed in with the fruit, unless someone's feeling superstitious. Well, it has many uses, but we mostly grow it for potions to add in fruitful bonding. Our ancestors believed chewing the leaves helps the body prepare healthy eggs. We trade it to the Deadwater for their warriors, to give them vigor in battle. But I hear they've been having problems with reproduction.
This is...
Oh, you're...
I don't mean to be rude, but, some herb. Smells sharp as the thorns. Wouldn't use it to season fruit, that's for certain. Must be one of the others. Just put it back. I'm no herbalist. If you're worried someone's...
Satisfied with your visit here? There is no rush. Anything in particular that caught your interest? Poison? Oh, this is Dragonthorn. We mostly trade it to the Deadwater tribe, but it's a fairly ordinary medicinal plant. Several of the egg tenders are skilled herbalists. I don't see any reason it would be hidden intent. Then perhaps we have a traitor to the tribe. To think, it is beyond imagining. Quickly, let us check on the eggs. You should visit the Uzith. I will meet you at the Uzith, the nesting beds. This is the Uzith, the nest where our eggs are cared for. The egg tenders take every care to ensure that our offspring are healthy and safe.
Can you do this another time, Iskanaz? We're already behind.
This is the Uzith. It is.
I'm sorry. Did you need something? It's nothing. I'm just upset from an argument earlier. Forgive me. I just felt so sorry for him. The idea of leaving him to rot. I know. Why would you think there's something wrong? What? No. No, 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 no. That can't be. It can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Kayak! Second time.
Oh my. Well, yes. She is a sensitive soul. It is what makes her such a skilled egg tender, but... And I'm sure once she has had time to get a hold of herself, she will return.
What did you say to her? You just doubled my workload. True. We're also known for our social savvy, so quit trying to blow bubbles up my bog and tell me why you're here. That busybody, Iskanaz, asked you to spy on us now? I swear he'll go running to the tree minder over the littlest thing. Mm-hmm. Poke around. What did you say to her? You just doubled my workload. Ah, that woman. All the tenders treat these eggs like their own clutches. But for someone who's never bonded, she's the most doting. She gets her hopes up every time the bonding ritual approaches. But she's never selected. She'd be a good mother. No, are you kidding? I think it's the only thing that keeps her going. She's... What did you say to her?
Oh my. Hasara, she's not the empty nest. Those eggs were returned to the Hist. Were the eggs poisoned, or was the poisoner's intent to harm the Hist? This is terrible. You are right, of course. Let me think. Think. This dragonthorn looks fresh, so it must have been picked recently. Forgive me, but I must report your findings to the tree mine. The glade is not far. I will meet you there as soon as I can.
Be mindful where you step when...
Hatching pools recovered due to your efforts. You are truly a friend to the Hist.
Over here, look! A body in our drying hut. I don't like the look of this, Biko Gel. I will keep my distance until you... Really dead? He looks to be Vishkalil. You can never be certain with the ghost people. What happened here? That dead man is one of the Vishkalil, the ghost. Who would want to kill Hasura? That makes no sense. And who killed the Vishkalil? Don't tell me you think Hasura killed this Ojel. She averts her gaze from our cook fires for pity of the creatures on the spits. She could never have done this. As mud is my mother, it's true. How could she? Giving our eggs to the Vishkalil of all people. I don't care if they were not meant to hatch. The ghost people should never have been allowed to lay a hand on our eggs. What about Hasura? Let the Vishkalil take her for what she's done. I'm sorry. I did not mean that. They'll kill her, or worse. Hasura will have to face it. It's alive. Don't let it get me. Oh. Another of these twisted branches dies among our roots. This is no coincidence. These things must be the work of the Vishkalil, the Ghost People tribe. They make their home in the lightless corners of the deep swamp. Vishkalil only leave their lands to creep through the night and steal. Even the brutal Root House people will return Saxhleel dead to their tribes, so they may return to the Hist. Not the Ghost People. They keep those lost souls for themselves, burying the body, profaning them in strange rituals that keep souls from the Hist, or giving the dead legs to wander through the murk as dreadful watchmen. They mean to poison the whole village and steal our dead. We must find where these monstrosities come. We mustn't let this trail go cold. This may be our only chance to find the vile den of the Vish. All the more reason to keep on the path before us. She may have bested the attacker we found, but perhaps there were... I will try to find the cave on my own. mustn't let this trail go cold. They have an odd, familiar scent. I can't place it. Just looking at these scales make me itch. Please, let it be my imagination.
We of the Root House.
This keeps getting worse and worse. If anyone were to discover that we lost eggs to the Vishkalil, we'd never be trusted again. We mustn't... Never in 1,000 lifetimes did I imagine I would willingly seek out a Vishkalil's den. We must be near the Blight Bog Sump. Of course, this is where the Vishkalil would make their home. We should not linger, lest we fall ill to the same blood.
I tried to save them. It all went wrong.
Oh.
She promised me she could save them. She promised me we were going to care for them and they'd live. I just wanted them to live. I don't know. She convinced me to bring her these eggs only to poison them. Look what I know. A mother knows. Rinakal's poison did this to them. Why? Why did she do this to us?
People speak of the Vishkalil as if they're monsters, but Rinakal seemed warm to me. She listened to me. She understood my emptiness. They don't feel the way I do. How can they? They have been chosen for the bonding ritual. Every day I tend to... I've tried, but her concerns are always pointed outward. She must think of the... No. Is that what you want to hear me say? That I was stupid? Foolish? When I look at those unseeded eggs, I just see myself. Incomplete. Broken. Seeing them fade away breaks my heart. Rinaka, it was for me at first. I thought I could make myself the best choice for the bonding ritual with it. When Renakal asked me to bring her our unseeded eggs, I rubbed...
We are in the den of the Vish Khalil now. My spines quake. Nothing good. This place reeks of death and foulness. Saxley'll have a strong constitution.
These were our babies. How could you?
Don't breathe it in. My nose burns from here. We are in the den of the Vish Khalil now. Nothing good. This place reeks of death and foulness. It is so bright. You'd think it glowed. It reminds me of the poisons Black Tongues make. More of these creatures among broken eggs, piled up like refuse. We are in the den of the Vish Khalil. Nothing good. Oh, the smell of unclean alchemy. No egg could have survived soaking in such a vile bath. A terrible odor. It sticks in my throat. We are in the den of the Vish. Nothing good. It is like the sap of our hist, but somehow perverted. I would not envy the unsuspecting Saxleyl who licked this tree. This may explain. should take Hasura and go. Sure, no. You're telling me these creatures, they came from our eggs? I thought we are a peaceful tribe. Our village is not prepared to face monsters made from their own flesh. Pavu will know what to do. She must.
I tried. It was all a lie, wasn't it? She never intended. She doesn't even care that she's hurting them. She's using them. You think they're alive? Please, we have to find them. Please, just let me love them, even for a moment. No, but if my children are tainted by these vile poisons, Rinakal's poisons shouldn't exist. I need to find.
They are splintered, but weak like their tribe.
need to find my children. I cannot leave yet. I'm sorry. I just wanted to take the pain away.
These are not our egg brothers and sisters. Reeks of the right ones. Not yet.
The shade of the deep mire. The trail is headed this way.
I found you. I finally found you. Please, let us help you. They're making more poison. Be careful. I'll try to mix an antidote. Fall back. I have a potion for you. I'm sorry. I just wanted to take the pain away. I found you. I finally found you. Please, let... They're making more poison. Be careful. I'll try to mix an antidote. We can't let Renakal do this to anyone else. No one should have to feel this kind of pain. I'm ready. I don't care what it takes. I won't let her hurt my children anymore. It'll be enough to be there. Please.
To be here when they hatched so badly. Now's your chance. I'm so close. Can't you see that? You can have your children.
These were supposed to be our children. I don't deserve them.
You never did. Kill them!
Wait! Wait! She's not like the others! See? She's no danger to anyone. She doesn't have to be like the others. Isn't she beautiful? My little girl. Nothing's wrong with her. She's just a child, that's all. She needs someone. I know she looks grown up, but that was Rena Cal's doing. She made her grow, but she never cared for her. She never raised her. That's why she's... I'll take her home. I can care for her there. Being part of the tribe will help her. She's a bright throat. She belongs with our Hiss. They can punish me. I don't care. I deserve it. But this one has suffered enough. No, she isn't ready yet. Can't you see she's scared? I'll take her home.
Be mindful where...
Napa ajuntum talil vakas wasi.
If you saw what I saw, there would be no question.
If you hadn't run, you might understand.
Peace. Here is the one I must hear from. Gel, I have heard much of the tragedy of our loss, and the part you played in ending it. The Hist chose wise. Hasara betrayed us in ways beyond my imagining. Iskanaz is right to be wary, but when I look upon her and her daughter, I feel only pity. You know the truth of this tragedy, but I can sense its relief. The calm of knowing that its children no longer suffer. What that means for Hasara's daughter. Speak to the others. Return when you have decided. This is not a simple matter. Nor I can think of no tribe that has had to weigh such a crime. There are many who would put her to death for far less. But that is not the bright. It is often easier to clip a withered branch for the sake of the whole tree. But with thought and care, a troubled limb can regain its strength. Hasara and her daughter are broken boughs. There are many interpretations. Charitably, it may mean that she is not ailing as the other hatchlings were. That our Hist does not feel her pain because she is not of our tree. When I look at her, I do not see a bright throat, or even a Vishkalil. She is unmarked, tribeless. We are born of the Hist, shaped by the Hist. And when we die, we return to the Hist, to be born and shaped anew. Can the same be said of this one? Rina Kal.
Please, you have seen the horrors that Rina Kal wrought. She soaked that corruption into the very essence of her creations. We cannot allow her poisons. You think me cruel to believe so? I swear to you, it gives me no joy. One day, I might even forgive Hasara for what she's done. But if there is even they should go, far away from our tribe and our Hist. From any Hist. If the Hist believes you are right, then you are right.
You know it's not true what Iskanaz is saying about her. You know it. He's a coward. She needs the Hist. It can help her. She can't be. She just can't. If they won't accept us, I'll take her somewhere else. We'll have each other. That's all we need. That doesn't matter. I'll love her. You know it's not true what Iskanaz...
Please, you have...
This is not a simple matter. Nor I can think of no... It is often easier to clip a than I will hear you as I hear our chimes. What is our... I feared I was being sentimental. But I am relieved to hear you offer them compassion. The Brightthroats have always navigated. There will always be a place among our tribe for these two. And for you, Biko. I would be honored to call you Root. We will do everything. There will always be a... Come, Hasara. We have ignored your pain for too long. Now it is our pain, and we will overcome it together.
Come, my love. Let's go home.
It will be a long time before the tribe accepts them. We should look at your child, Hasara. You as well. The healing hut will be quiet.
Give her a minute more. She's overwhelmed. It's all right, dear. Thank you for this. She'd thank you too if she could. With what I've done, I don't know. My heart is so heavy it would sink into the black murk. If not for this. No, I am lucky to have her. She's Zalcise, Sacred Sprout. It's a name I hope she...
My last wrath was brisk as a leaf in the breeze. We flitted from place to place.
If you are an angler, you have come to the right place. I just heard someone found Donley dead on the road.
No. Poor Donley. What got him? Crocodile?
Worse. Someone skinned him alive. Left him filleted like a river trout.
What? Who would do that to a simple fishmonger?
Who would do that to any Saxhleel? Even the ghost people wouldn't.
You don't think the killer has a grievance against anglers?
Best not to seek fresher waters for a while then. Just in case.
I have work.
I declare truth. While the Naga Corps is the strongest tribe in all Merkmair, we still request aid every now and then. Sacred Grave Stakes. The necromancer of the Fen stole grave stakes to use in foul rituals at Bokzul. Now, Nakshan, go to Bokzul and retrieve the stolen grave stakes. Also, make sure to kill the necromancer, Bax Ilkga. Then take the grave stakes and return. Swift action yields swift results. Get to. Unusual for Saxhleel to take up magic. Even more rare for one to deal with the dead. Argonians exist in the present. Past is dead. Dead. Bokzul is located to the west. Words mean bowl of death in Argonian tongue. It's an ancient rituals. Everything dies. Just some things have a habit of returning from the dead. Very disconcerting. Necromancer might come back. Who can say? Perhaps you can kill him. I am a skilled hunter of the Naga core. You would say dead water in your tongue. Our village of ruthless warriors lies far to the north and west, in the deepest part. I reveal a big secret. Skilled hunters use every arrow in their quiver. Even these are Naga core grave stakes. Each represents a member of the tribe who rejoined the Hist. They do not belong in the hands of a foul necromancer. That is an abomination. I ask urgently, recover the grave stakes and return them to the swamp. Every Nagakur carves a gravestake. The process is deeply personal, and the finished stake tells the story of the carver's life. When an Argonian, Baxiltga, wants the life energy that clings to the stakes. Powerful stuff. Provides energy. You still here?
Suppose I'll have to get used to seeing you around. Unless this work finally gets you too. Cyrodiilic collections can't outfit our expeditions without the generous donations of benefactors. A local Argonian tribe has a tradition. To cleanse an area of evil influences, they place sacred candles beside unburied remains. Tia wants us to enter Sophir Cavern. I'm not sure why Tia wants us to.
The practices of indigenous tribes fascinate me so. Many of them are so primal. One of the local tribes uses the candles to cleanse a place of evil influences, especially where unburied bodies are concerned. If there are any Imperial remains in the cavern, I figured why not use the candles to help settle their restless spirits? Who can say? The Argonians have a different view of the afterlife from the other races. But I'm sure the benevolent rite won't hurt anything, and it might even help. Besides, it will make me feel better, and I am paying for the service after all.
You look like someone who knows a good business opportunity when you see one. Much profit. Will you hear me out? Increased business for me, extra gold for you. I believe the Imperials call it a win-win situation. The prominent trader Captain Jimala arrived in port. If we can convince her to export my Vosa Satas, the possibilities for profit are endless. the instrument of my people. For many Argonians, the dulcet croaks of a Vossa Sata remind them of the sounds of home. Act as my envoy and bring this opportunity to Captain Jimala. Help me secure a trade agreement and I will come. First, we must learn everything we can about Captain Jimala and how to make a good impression. Talk to people who have dealt with her before, such as Tolwyn, Claus the Ghost, and Rujawan. I'll catch up with you so we can plan our next move. You have worked with the legendary Khajiit Sea Captain, Biko. The sun truly shines on me today. Even so, I do not want a deal that's purely dependent on her goodwill toward you. We need to prove that Appearances, Biko, appearances. Jimala travels the world and has refined tastes. One cannot simply walk up to her and offer their wares like a wandering merchant. No. We must make a good first impression. And to do that, I need you to serve as my envoy. Of course. Outsiders respond better to people they see as important. We're partners, equals in this endeavor. Serving as my envoy is for appearances only. First, we must learn everything we can about Captain Jim.
Your eyes are as lovely as money bottles.
Watch your step. You never know what might jump out of the murk to kill you. So, you decided to take up my invitation. Followed me all the way out to the middle of nowhere. I'm flattered, and you're lucky. Praise Sithis, I thought we might die of old age first. Guilty as charged, though a pardon does wonders. You'll forgive me for keeping you in the dark during my contract, But appearances are important in Somerset, and camouflage comes in all colors. A shadow scale, but we both serve the Brotherhood in our own ways. I'm glad to see you freed yourself from Somerset's idea of hospitality. You'll find Merkmair far more lively, unless it kills you. I'm just here to welcome a kindred spirit to my home. What kind of hostess would I be if I just left you to your own devices? You might get yourself into trouble. The 5 tenants won't protect you from the wrath of Sithis here. You're in its teeth. If the Night Mother calls on you, obey, but be discreet. There's no sanctuary for you here, and you'll receive no special privilege. Fear and the Blade will be your only allies, but I might be your guide. I'm sure we'll cross paths again. Don't find me. I'll find you.
Cassandra seemed eager to talk. I don't think you should keep her waiting.
Like the Wamasu that caught the dragonfly. Was your... I state a fact. Baxiltga is a necromancer. Death is a hindrance, nothing more. Still, with the grave stakes returned, we can once again remember our ancestors. The Naga Corps would thank you, but they dislike outsiders, so take this reward instead.
When fruit... You're back. I suppose I need to ask, were you able to place the sacred candles and so there were Imperial remains in the cavern? I suppose that will make Tia happy. From a historical perspective, of course. Not because there are dead Imperials. Anyway, here... Ha!
You don't look like you require protection, Sharptooth. You need something, or is this a social call? And if I killed someone you knew, remember that I'm a mercenary. It wasn't personal. It was just business. Neshdika, the instrument crafter. Interesting. Sure, I know the captain. She hires me to escort her around the marsh sometimes. Matter of fact, I provided protection when she was last in port. I heard she's back, but I haven't spoken to her. Often enough to put a few meals on the table. The captain can handle herself, but she recognizes the value of local talent. Hiring a sellsword like me provides her with someone who speaks the language and knows the native customs. I did my job and made sure to follow the captain's commands to the letter. Captain Jimala appreciates a no-nonsense approach to my kind of work. I handle the rough stuff, but I never instigate trouble. No surprise there. I'm what the locals call a Lucial Argonian, an out-of-towner. Basically, Argonians who leave the swamp and live among the dry skins, as well as the... You get a few suspicious looks from the locals, the Naga in particular. But for the most part, we're more or less left alone. Honestly, it'd be hard-pressed to find an Argonian. Yeah, except for the pity everyone shows me. The locals can't imagine life away from the Hist. I'd be lying if I said there was nothing to it. Out in Alakir, I rarely even thought about the Hist. Now that I'm here, I actually miss it. It's weird. Show Captain Jimala.
It's these dark thoughts that cloud my mind. I'll leave what has been behind. Shoot a day, oh shoot a day, you'll haunt me no more. For my heart is the bird that has learned to soar. Shoot a day, shoot a day, I will ascend for all that.
Plenty of runes hereabout, friend. Ripe for the... Welcome to Lilmar. Welcome to Lilmoth, friend. Is that a shrewd and discerning gaze I detect? I know a fellow entrepreneur when I meet one. I'm a financier, you see, and I have an exciting business proposition. The Khajiit Sea Captain, huh? Everyone wants to work with Jimala. I met her a few months ago. I needed a reliable ship to carry Alikiri trade goods. No small thing, what with the war and all. Jimala made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Impress her? No, that wasn't how I got close to the sea captain. No, I showed her courtesy and respect. I deferred to her expertise and let her... A word of advice, if I may. If you plan to negotiate with Captain Jimala, don't...
Have a care felling trees around.
What can I do for you?
Yes? Is there something I can do for you, Ojel? What is this really about, outsider? Are you trying to intrude upon my business? I assure you, Captain Jimala knows a rogue and a cheat when she sees one. That's why we have such an ironclad agreement. Ah, Neshdika must have employed you as an envoy. Very clever. Know that Captain Jimala is a shrewd negotiator, but a fair partner. Speak true and bargain in good faith. That will earn you the respect of the Master. Yes, the Prowler. Captain Jimala's ship. She can't very well be a...
New partner, come, speak.
So many outsiders. What?
Take my advice.
An egg brother betrays his people in Silent Mire.
Ah, my friend and partner. Were you able to find out about Captain Jimala's likes and dislikes? Anything that will improve our chances to make a deal would be helpful. Well then, we should have little trouble. I am all those things and more when it comes to business. We just need to... You can gather the frogs while I put the finishing touches on the instrument. We'll need mossfoot croakers, ruby hoppers, indigo tree frogs, and sun-blessed toads. Here, I wrote everything down so you won't have to remember all the details. What a strange question. We need the frogs for the Vosa Sattel. How else would the instrument produce its sweet-sounding melodies? The note explains how to catch each frog. Once you have them all, return to my shop, and we'll finish the instrument. Ask, and I'll do my best to answer. Partners must be completely honest with each other. Providing detailed explanations is just the mushroom on the log when it comes to total honesty. The frogs are the heart of the Vosa Sattel. Each little croaker, when nestled in its chamber inside the instrument, adds its voice to create the melodious sound. Happy frogs produce the most harmonious and joyful sounds. Imagine being pampered and cared for in a safe, comfortable environment, singing alongside your closest and dearest friends. That's the life of a Vosa Sattel frog. Every nest inside the instrument is warm and moist, full of mossfoot croakers nest in the reeds that grow along the shore east of Lilmoth. These playful frogs have no natural predators. They eat. Second, seek out the ruby hoppers. These red frogs like to sun themselves on stones around Lilmoth. Approach cautiously, however, or the ruby hopper will run. Once frightened, they often hide by the big tree at the center of town. Ah, the indigo tree frog. nests high up in the trees, but loves the taste of flesh flies. Find the right trees, gather some insects, and release them beneath the branches. When the blue frogs hop down to feast, simply grab them. Sun-blessed toads. They nest in mud pits, emerging every few seasons to mate. To lure them out, make a musk out of stench sedge, salt rush, and joy mallow. Find a pit that has a croak wheel and pour the musk on yourself. Then just turn the wheel. I'll be in my shop, preparing the Vosa Sattel. See you soon, partner.
Just heard. Someone found Donley dead on the road.
Your eyes are as lovely as money.
Dumak take, you thief!
Though the Saxhleel generally choose to live in tribes based around a history, Lilmoth is a merchant town with no true leadership. That is why there are so many travelers in this town. Deeper in the swamp, the tribes tend to be more isolated and hostile to outsiders.
Professor, can you tell us what an Uzith Biko is? I've overheard some Argonians referring to it, but I'm not familiar with the term.
Oh, well, it's a term used for a ritual partner that performs,
In the dry skin tongue, you would say nest friend. I am sure you can draw the meaning of such.
I joined Cyrodiilic collections for
scholars, after all.
Hail again, friend. How goes your frog collecting? I hate to bother, friend partner, but you have been gone for a... Yes, I should have noticed. Your basket... Then don't let me keep you, Biko.
Though the Saxleal generally choose to live in tribes based around a history, Lilmoth is a merchant town with no true leadership. That is why there are so many travelers in this town. Deeper in the swamp, the tribes tend to be more isolated and hostile to outsiders.
Professor, can you tell us what an Oozith eco is? I've overheard some...
Your interest in
Something must now clear the way.
Your eyes are as lovely as muddy puddles, found deep within the swamp.
Oh, Galish.
Ah, is that the aroma of toad musk I smell? How delightful! I hope you were gentle with the little croakers. They need to be... So they are! How good of you to join us, little croakers. Let's go inside, Vigo. Our happy chorus must be fitted into the Vosa saddle. I envy them their new lives of pampered luxury. We should all be so lucky. Welcome to your new home, my little friends. Now, let's listen to how it sounds. Pure perfection! Take this masterpiece to Captain Jimala with my compliments. That should secure... Our little friends are happy. I am happy. Our little friends are happy, I am happy, and Captain Jimala will be happy very soon. Oh, sun-filled day! Of course, I always keep an ear hole open for important information such as that. I wish you luck in your negotiation.
I'll just keep at it, I suppose.
I'm surprised to see you in this part of the world, old friend. Not that I'm complaining. It's always good to see you. But what are you doing in this land of mud and bugs? Intriguing. Deals keep bringing me back to this swamp after all. So many captains consider Lilmoth to be beneath their notice, but their loss is my gain. Very well, speak. What's your problem? Vosa, what now? Tell me more, envoy. What is this contraption, and why should I care? Oh, the sound of home. Yes, I can see the profit in that. I target tavern owners with Argonian clientele. But what sort of instrument? I think what you said will make more sense after another couple of drinks. Still, it's exotic, I'll give it that. And I love a good challenge. Very well. Tell Nashtika we have a deal. Let's start with 5 of these and see how they sell. It sounds like, well, a bunch of croaking frogs to me. But I suppose Argonians might find the noise to be soothing. We'll see how it sells, and then decide whether or not...
I'm rather busy right now. So, tell me, friend partner, was Captain Jimala impressed? Will she sell my Vosa sattles in far-off lands? The sun shines on my scales. 5 Vosa sattles. I am going to need so many frogs. No worries, Miko. I will gather the little croakers myself. The next few days will be very busy, but very... The sun... Thank you for all your help, friend partner. I could speak all day with you about the wonders of Merkmair, but I...